A pleasant afternoon. I am Lourdel Areglo, one of the reporter for today's discussion, tackling about the 5 generations of computers. First, let us talk about the first generation that appeared in the year of 1946 to 1958, where it used the vacuum tubes as the basic component for its memory. We can say that the first computer that invented had a lot of flaws, such as expensive to operate, often experiencing malfunctions because it generated tremendous amount of heat and could only solve one problem at a time. However, it says that these computers are fast and could calculate data in milliseconds. The input was based on punch cards and paper tape. The output was displayed on printouts. These are the following examples of computers that occurs in this generation. First, ENIAC stands for Electronic Numerical Integrated and Computer. It was the first electronic general purpose computer. Second, EDSAC stands for Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator. Third, UNIVAC or Universal Automatic Computer was first commercial computer. Fourth, UNIVAC second, it is the improved version of UNIVAC 1. Fifth, UNIVAC 1101, also known as ERA 1101, it is computer system designed and built by Engineering Research Associates in the early 1950s. For further discussion, let's proceed to the next presenter.
Hi, I am Jessamy Castillo and I will be the one discussing the first generation. So, in the first generation, the first computers used vacuum tubes. So, it is for circuitry and magnetic drums for memory. So, when we say vacuum tubes, it is a device that controls electric current flow in a high vacuum between electrodes to which an electric potential difference has been applied. So, according here, it is said that it is expensive to operate. So, why? In my opinion, perhaps it is because of the supply. Hindi ganun kadami yung napoproduce na supply ng vacuum tubes at that time. Kumbaga, limitado lamang. And in addition to using the great deal of electricity, generated a lot of heat, which was often the cause of malfunction. So, first generation computers relied on machine language. So, the lowest level programming language understood by computers to perform operations. And they could only solve one problem at a time. And input was based on punch cards and paper tape, and output was displayed on printouts.
Example of computers. ENIAC stands for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. It was the first electronic computer completed in 1946 by John Presper Eckert and John Mauchly. EDSAC stands for Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator, was an early British computer inspired by John von Neumann. UNIVAC 1 or Universal Computer 1 was the first commercial computer. UNIVAC 2 was an improvement from the UNIVAC that UNIVAC first delivered in 1958. UNIVAC 1101 or ERA 1101 was a computer system designed and built by Engineering Research Associates in the early 1950s.
Good day, my name is Naimi Bidolinda and I'm going to tackle about secondary generation. And what is transistor nga naman? Transistor is miniature semiconductor that regulates or control current or voltage flow, in addition amplifying and generating these electrical signals and acting as a switch or gate. Typically, transistor consists the 3-layer of terminal of a semiconductor material, each of which can carry a current, and transistor is replaced vacuum tube and ensured in 3-second generation computer, allowing computers to become smaller, faster, cheaper, and more energy efficiency and more reliable. and still generated deal or heat that can damage the computer.
Hi, my name is Roma Amor Manoik from DSED English 2. Second generation is transistors. When we say transistor, are smaller chips inside the computer. Make it cleaner and run smoother. These are also the chips to speed up a computer so that it can produce more energy even it heats up and won't be damaged as much a computer will break. The period of second generation was from 1959 to 1965. In this generation, transistors were used that were cheaper, consumed the less power, more compact in size, more reliable, and faster than the first generation machine, made up of vacuum tubes. In this generation, magnetic cores were used as the primary memory and magnetic tape and magnetic disk as secondary storage devices. In this generation, assembly language and high-level programming language like a Fortran COBOL were used. The computer used the batch processing and multi-programming operating systems.
So ayan, my name is Megrain C. Mendoza and now I'm going to discuss the third generation computer. And yeah, we all know na discuss na yung first and second generation computer, so I will be discussing the third generation computer, which is powered by integrated circuit. Sabi dito, it is the hallmark of the third generation computer, and it is also drastically increase the speed and efficiency of computer, meaning mas mabilis siya compare sa mga naunang generation of computer, which is yung first and second generation computer. And aside from that, it could carry out instructions in billions of seconds. Siguro ibig sabihin nito, mas kaya niya mag-process ng mas mabilis na mga instructions compare sa mga naunang generation of computer. And lastly, it is much more smaller and cheaper. Ibig sabihin, mas hindi siya ganun ka-expensive, hindi siya ganun kamahal compared sa mga nauna. And additionally, third generation computers are more advanced than first and second generation computers, kagaya nga na sinabi ko kanina. Third generation computers are using integrated circuits instead of transistors. Yung transistors naman is yung ginamit sa second generation computer, if I'm not mistaken. And doon naman sa first generation computers, ang ginamit doon is yung vacuum tubes. And lastly, with the help of this what so-called integrated circuit, the computers become more reliable, fast, required less maintenance, small in size, and it is also generates less heat. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya gaano umiinit kagaya ng mga ibang computer, diba? Na kapag ginamit natin ng matagal, umiinit agad. And lastly, it is less expensive. Ayun, kagaya rin na sinabi ko kanina na hindi siya ganon kamahala. Cheaper, kumbaga ganon. Unlike sa mga ibang computer. Siguro mas matataas yung generation and yung processor. And ayun lang, and next reporter.
The next one to be discussed is the fourth generation of computers. The microprocessor brought the fourth generation of computers as thousands of integrated circuits were built onto a single silicon chip. As these small computers became more powerful, they could be linked together to form networks, which eventually led to the development of the internet. So the fourth generation computers also saw the development of GUI, the mouse, and handheld devices.
So hi, I'm Jean Nicole Iragodon. So for today's, I want to discuss the fifth generation or artificial intelligence or AI. Use of parallel processing and superconductors helping to make AR or artificial intelligence a reality. Develop devices that respond to natural language input, capable of learning and self-organization. Some applications such as voice recognition that are being used today. So the fifth generation based on artificial intelligence or AI still in development. The use of parallel processing and superconductors is helping to make artificial intelligence a reality. The goal is to develop devices that respond to natural language input and are capable of learning and self-organization. There are some applications such as voice recognition that are being used today. So nowadays, there are many applications based on AI or artificial intelligence, and now it is being combined with computer internal potential application of artificial intelligence that are included in fifth generation devices. So these are examples like desktop, laptop, notebook, Chrome, and so on.